Have you ever felt that the older you get, the heavier life becomes? It took me 70 years of living to realize letting go is what truly gave me freedom and happiness. When I turned 70, I suddenly realized I'd been carrying habits, worries, and expectations that no longer fit. I felt heavier than ever, not in my body, but in my mind, my emotions. I used to think strength meant holding on to work, relationships, responsibilities, even when they were draining me to the core. But here's the truth. That kind of strength is exactly what slowly broke me down. And the surprising part? Having the courage to let go helped me reclaim everything I thought I had lost: peace, joy, and meaning. If you've ever felt tired, stuck, or empty, this video is for you. Today, I'm sharing 11 things I stopped doing after turning 70. Things I once thought were normal, but were quietly stealing my happiness day by day. Stay with me until the end. And if anything in this video speaks to you, please share your story in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more uplifting content. Now, let's get into the very first one. 1. Stop working just to stay busy. For a long time, I believed the busier I was, the more valuable I became. A packed schedule, endless calls, even weekends didn't feel like a break. I used to take pride in never sitting still. But after turning 70, I came to a shocking realization. I wasn't busy because I was important. I was busy because I was afraid. Afraid to slow down, afraid of the emptiness, afraid of no longer being needed. I remember one evening, I was the last person left at the office. No one asked me to stay, and there was no urgent task. Yet there I was, because I had no idea what to do without being busy. That's when I realized being busy is not the same as being alive. I started choosing work that brought me joy, meaningful activities, and most importantly, I gave myself permission to rest without guilt. When I stopped running, life truly began. You don't need to do more to feel valuable. You just need to do what makes your heart feel light. 2. Stop spending money mindlessly. I used to think buying something new would make me happy. And yes, it did. For a few hours. Then what? The emptiness returned. But do you know what truly brings me joy? A morning walk with my wife, a cozy dinner with family, a short trip to the countryside. I realized experiences nourish the soul, not the dusty gadgets sitting in the garage. Now, before I buy anything, I ask myself, will this truly improve my life? If the answer is no, I leave it on the shelf. What about you? Have you bought something recently just because you were bored or lonely? Share it in the comments. You might be surprised how many others feel the same. 3. Stop stressing over small things. Some days I felt like I was walking through fog, all because of traffic, lost keys, or someone being rude. These tiny things used to ruin my whole day. Then one morning, I was getting irritated at a slow driver. I looked up and saw the sunrise painting the sky pink and gold. I nearly missed that beauty just because someone wasn't in a rush. From that day, I started to pause, breathe, and ask myself, will this matter a week from now? If not, I let it go, because I learned joy doesn't come from perfection. It comes from how we respond. Have you ever let something small ruin your day? If yes, tell me your story. We might laugh about it together now. 4. Stop neglecting self-care. I used to think working hard, providing for my family, and helping others was all that mattered. And myself? I'd take care of me later. Rest, healthy meals, exercise. I always said, I'll start tomorrow. Until one morning I looked in the mirror and didn't recognize myself. Exhausted face, hollow eyes, clouded mind. That's when I knew. After 70, if I didn't care for myself, I'd have nothing left to give. I began with small steps, morning walks, simple, clean dinners, sleeping on time. But most importantly, I gave myself permission to rest without guilt. And surprisingly, I didn't become selfish like I feared. I became stronger, calmer, more alive. Are you putting off taking care of yourself? If so, today is a perfect day to start. 5. Stop saying yes to everything. Have you ever said yes when deep down you wanted to scream no? I used to do that all the time, agreeing to help, attend events, take on tasks, even when I was exhausted. I thought saying no was rude, even selfish. But after 70, I realized every time I said yes without thinking, I was saying no to myself. That had to stop. Now I practice saying no, gently, kindly, but firmly. And guess what? People understand. Some even respect me more. Are you taking on too much that doesn't serve you? It's time to choose again. Sometimes, no is the best way to protect what truly matters. 6. Stop maintaining toxic relationships. I used to think loyalty meant keeping a relationship, no matter how hurtful it became. Old friends, certain relatives, neighbors, even when they criticized or drained me, I held on in the name of history. But after every meeting, I felt drained, sad, and alone. That wasn't friendship, that was a habit of hurting myself. So I let go. No drama, no blame, just peace. That made room for healthier connections, people who listen, who lift me up, who make me laugh. Are you holding on to a relationship that wears you down? If so, do you have the courage to walk away? Share your story. We're listening. 7. Stop neglecting physical and mental health. I used to think health could wait. Back when I was still busy, I'd tell myself, I'll go to the doctor later, start exercising later, rest more, someday. But after 70, my body ran out of patience. I woke up tired, even after a full night's sleep. My mind was foggy, my joints stiff. And I realized you can't repay health later, because sometimes later never comes. So I started changing. Gently, one small step at a time, a 15-minute walk each morning, more water, less sugar and alcohol. I also took care of my mind, less bad news, more quiet time, reading, music, real conversations, and something amazing happened. I didn't just live healthier, I lived happier. How are you taking care of your body each day? Is there a habit you know you need to change, but keep putting off? Let's talk, because health doesn't wait. 8th, stop postponing personal dreams. Have you ever told yourself, I'll do it later, now's not the right time? I've said that about so many dreams. Painting, writing, visiting the mountains I've always loved. But I kept waiting for retirement, for the kids to settle for more time. Then suddenly I turned 70, and I asked myself, if not now, then when? That night I opened an old notebook filled with someday dreams. I picked the 3 smallest ones and just began. No waiting for perfect timing or extra money. Just started. And you know what? Even those tiny steps made life feel vibrant again. Are you hiding a dream in a drawer? If today you could begin one thing, what would it be? Write it down. Every journey begins with one small step. 9. Stop fearing change. I used to be scared of change. I clung to old routines, old places, old ways of living, even when they no longer fit. I told myself, why change? I'm too old. But honestly, that's what made me feel older every day. Not my age, my closed mind. Then everything around me began to change. Kids moved out, friends relocated, neighbors changed. I felt lonely, disconnected. Until one day I walked into a new cafe down the street, and for the first time in years, I made a new friend. That's when I realized change doesn't erase the past. It opens the door to something new. Are you afraid of a change right now? If you step outside your comfort zone, what might be waiting for you? Let's talk. Sometimes change is life's best gift in disguise. 10th, stop underestimating sleep. I used to treat sleep like a luxury. A late-night movie, a few more pages in the newspaper, a drink with a friend. I thought, it's okay to sleep late now and then. But after 70, my body stopped forgiving me. Even with 8 hours in bed, I felt tired. My brain was slow, memory fading, heart racing on stairs. I read a line once, without good sleep, life just isn't joyful. Simple, but it hit home. Now I treat sleep as a priority. I put my phone away early, skip the late snacks, play soft music, and go to bed at the same time every night. And over time, I felt clearer, lighter, more alive. Are you sleeping well? If not, what's been stealing your sleep? Let's choose again, because good sleep is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. 11th, stop comparing yourself to others. I used to look at friends traveling. They're successful children, people my age still running companies, and feel like I wasn't enough. Even though I'd lived decently, worked hard, raised good kids, I still felt like I was behind. Then one evening, I looked out into my yard. My grandchild was laughing. My wife was watering the flowers, smiling in the sun. And I thought, this is my life, and it's beautiful in its own way. From that day, I stopped comparing. I started feeling grateful, not because I had more, but because I finally saw I had enough. Are you comparing your life to someone else's? If so, take a moment today to count what you already have. You might realize you're richer than you think. Closing message. So you see, after turning 70, I stopped trying to live more. I chose to live deeper, lighter, and more true to myself. Letting go didn't make me weak. It made me free. Free from pressure, from old expectations, from things that no longer serve my happiness. If you're feeling tired, stuck, or like you're running without direction, it might be time to pause and ask yourself, what am I still holding on to that I don't need anymore? Letting go of just one thing might make your whole life feel lighter. If this video touched you in any way, leave a comment below, hit like, and subscribe. Because I believe this journey of living well after 70 is something we can walk together.